to make our Wafer Paper Parrot Tulip, you will need wafer paper. I'm using 0.27 millimeters wafer paper. My templates you can download in the description down below. Also, for my petals, I will need 26 gauge wire, and we are going to use this wire cut in half. You can see that I have my templates in part A and part B, and you can switch them around and you can play around whatever you wanted to make. But for my first petal, I'm going to cut one of part A and one of part B. And these templates are just the guides, so feel free to change them a little bit and create different size or different shape petals. But I love mine to be a little bit more exaggerated, so this flower would look more realistic. But for the tulip flower, you will need to have 6 petals, so roughly 6 parts A and 6 parts B, or you can mix and match and create your petals the way you want it to make. Now that I have 2 parts for my petal, I'm going to take a half length 26 gauge white wire, and I wanted to wire my petal in between 2 layers of wafer paper. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Here I have my wafer paper glue, and you can see it's relatively thick because I don't want to melt my wafer paper. I just want to place my wire in between. And I'm going to use a small brush and add my wafer paper glue, maybe 3 millimeters in. So this is the layer that is going to overlap, and this is the place where I'm going to put my wire. So you can see that my wire starts maybe 5 millimeters in and a few millimeters inward, and I'm going to place my second part of the petal, sandwiching this wire in between 2 layers like this. And then I'm going to use my Drezden tool and gently run this on the back side to make sure that my wire sandwiched in between 2 layers of wafer paper. And it's absolutely secure, and it creates like a thicker line or double thickness line in the middle for my wire to stay, and it almost looks like a vein or like thicker part on a petal. So I'm going to do this again. Now that I have my petals dry, this wire is already firmly inside 2 layers of wafer paper. I'm going to color my wafer paper and shape at the same time. Today I'm going to use petal dust because I wanted to get relatively distinct difference between white wafer paper and color. So I'm going to use this Aurora Rose petal dust. And I'm going to mix it with high-proof alcohol because I want to create a paste or like a thicker paint that is going to give me dry brush looking effect. And I will need my petal former to shape my petals. And also I'm going to use either ball tool or Drezden tool to shape my petals. So I'm going to create my paste. And if you're going to use high-proof alcohol, just play around and see what you like and how your wafer paper reacts to using alcohol. So I'm going to start with unloading my brush and almost making sure that it's relatively dry. And then I'm going to paint on my bumpy side, starting from the top and just drawing or painting inwards to get this painted effect on my wafer paper. And you can use any color you want. I want mine to be white and pink like this. And then I'm going to turn my wafer paper upside down because I have just a little bit of moisture to be able to shape it. And I'm going to use my ball tool on the shiny side and gently press and shape my wafer paper or my parrot tulip petal to make it look interesting. So like this, you can see I have my first shape. I'm going to set it aside to dry for a second because then I wanted to dust it. And let's do this again. If you wanted to create sharper design or thinner lines, feel free to use your Drezden tool. I usually prefer to use a combination for all my flowers, and most of the time use a combination of Drezden tool and ball tool to be able to shape it and create some textural differentiation. And if at this point when you're going to shape your wafer paper and it cracks and breaks, feel free to use a little bit of moisture, such as mini steamer or just a little spray to introduce some humidity back. Maybe your studio or your room today is a little bit too dry to work with wafer paper. Now, to make my petals even more interesting, I'm going to use a touch of this fern green petal dust. And because this color is a little bit too bright, I'm going to add a touch of cornstarch to lighten it up. And I'm going to dust my wafer paper with this light green shade here in the middle. And on the inner side, I'm going to use this yellow color and dust here at the bottom with the yellow petal dust. Now that we have our petals, let's work on the center. For that, I'm going to use 24 gauge wire. This is white wire, and I'm going to cut it in 3 parts. And I'm going to use my pliers and create a hook roughly on a 2/3 to a third way on all 3 pieces. And I'm going to use white floral tape, and this is half width, to create my center for my tulip. So I'm going to stretch my floral tape, and I'm going to start from the bottom and tape over this folded wire. And you'll see in a minute why I'm doing this. So here's my first part. I'm going to take my pliers and bend that a little bit, just the end, to create this shape. And I'll do the same to all my parts. So now I have my 3 pieces. I'm going to put them together and tape them all together to make it look like a tulip center. And you can see that's the easier way to create lightweight tulip center without spending any time on doing that or without using any gum paste. And for my stamens, I'm going to use the stamens. These are from Wilton. And I like this gray color, but I wanted to make it black or a little bit more visible. So I'm going to separate them. I need 6 stamens. And to make them black, to color them a little bit darker, I'm going to use edible marker and just draw a few lines on my stamens. So you can see I'm not trying to cover them fully in black. You can do that, but I'm just painting a few black lines to make it visually more interesting. And now all I need is to dust everything yellow. I'm going to use the Saracino yellow powder, but you can use any bright yellow petal dust powder. And for my stamens as well, I wanted to dust them and make them look cohesive with my center. And now all I need is to tape everything together. So I have my center and my 6 stamens, roughly same height. And I'm going to tape everything together using half width white floral tape. So now I need to readjust them and bend them a little bit to make it more playful or realistic and not just spin straight. So let's assemble everything together. Now that I have my 6 petals, my stamens, I'm going to take 20 gauge wire to thicken and lengthen my flower. And I'm going to start with shaping my petals. First, I'm going to take my tool. You can use any tool or just a pencil, and I wanted to curl the pieces inward a little bit to make my petals more interesting. Because I have this wire full length in between two parts of my petal, I'm going to curl this like this, and the upper part is this, almost creating like an S shape. So this is going to be the shape for my petal. And here I'm going to bend it to be able to attach to my center. So this is my petal for my parrot tulip. And don't be afraid to bend your wafer paper and play around and make it look like you want it to look. So I'm going to take light green floral tape and firstly start with attaching 20 gauge wire to my center. So I'm going to tape everything together. And now that I have enough length, I'm going to start with attaching my petals. First, I'm going to take 3 smaller petals to put on the inside as my first layer. Like this. And then I'm going to attach 3 more petals roughly in between these 3 for my second layer, also in a triangular formation. So now you can see that my flowers start to take shape. I'm going to tape it down. And the last thing I need to do is to thicken my stem, and I'm going to use full width light green floral tape. And we use the same method for our color lilies, I believe, but I'll show you again. So I'm going to tape down my stem with full width floral tape. And I'm using light green because my flower or my parrot tulip in this light pink shade, and I don't want anything to be too dark or too bright for my arrangement. So I'm going to tape it down, and then I'm going to take face tissue, or you can use a kitchen towel or any tissue paper, something that you can cut in small strips. I'm going to roughly cut it 2.5 centimeters or about 1 inch paper strips to thicken my stem. And this method is great because you save on your using floral tape, and it's easy and it's light. It doesn't add any weight to your flower. So I'm going to start almost at the top and use this face tissue same as my floral tape, just to add some thickness to my stem. Another one maybe a little bit lower, and maybe another one just to smooth all the things together. I'm not taping till then because usually I leave just a piece of floral wire to be able to insert into my cake or to assemble and put together with another flowers for an arrangement. So then I'm going to stretch my floral tape, bring it over and stick my floral tape to itself, and then tagging on my floral tape, I'm going to cover this face tissue with a few layers of light green floral tape to make sure that my stem, it looks realistic in thickness to real tulips. So I'm going to take another piece of floral tape and tape my stem again. To smooth things out and make sure that my stem looks put together and cohesive, I'm going to use just side of my or handle of my ball tool. You can use any tool and heat your floral tape a little bit so you will melt all these waxes and just rub it together to make it look smooth and polished, so you do not see any lines or layers in between your floral tape applications. So here I have my beautiful parrot tulip, and because every petal on its own wire, you can move it around, you can make it more open or more closed one, whatever you prefer. And this is a beautiful and relatively easy flower to make if you want to add any tulips to your arrangement.